Thank you for your interest in our product line. Metacardium suppositories were our first product. Unlike common calcium-based EDTA chelators, metacardium is magnesium and potassium-based. Only a calcium-free chelator can remove calcium from the tissues of the body, and this was our first patented product. We chose suppository delivery because, unless it is in a liposomal form, EDTA is only 5% absorbed when taken orally. When I asked people who were buying our metacardium what their intended use was, some of them told me they wanted to detoxify chemicals. I explained to them that EDTA is for metals, not chemicals, but it did get me thinking. If a chemical is water-soluble, it's usually removed from the body in about 24 hours. It's the fat-soluble toxins that are the ones that get stuck inside the body and that we need help detoxifying. In simple terms, chemical detoxification is about taking a toxin that is fat-soluble and making it water-soluble so it can leave the body. Chemical detoxification requires 3 steps. Step 1, the activation of cytochrome P450 enzymes, which either unmask or attach a polar group to a fat-soluble toxin. It's like a grappling hook. Phase 1 is traditionally done with a coffee enema. Phase 2 then attaches a conjugator like glutathione to the polar group or grappling hook. And now it's water-soluble, and it can leave either through the kidneys or the liver, which is Phase 3. Once I understood this, I created our second product, Xenoplex, which combines Phase 1 and Phase 2, meaning it has organic coffee and many of the conjugating agents that the body uses to make fat-soluble toxins water-soluble. It's important to do these both at the same time. If you do Phase 1 without Phase 2, the chemicals actually become more toxic, not less. In fact, this is how people become chemically sensitive. In addition to the immune aspect, people with chemical sensitivities have run out of their Phase 2 conjugators. Once a chemical is water-soluble, it can leave through the liver and gallbladder or out the kidneys, which is Phase 3. People with Phase 3 limitations can still remove toxins, but they do so more slowly, and even a soluble toxin is still toxic. So it's important that the liver and gallbladder and kidneys be working properly so that the now water-soluble toxins leave as soon as possible. The classic protocols for improving kidney and liver detox capacity are kidney flushes and liver gallbladder flushes. These are uncomfortable and time-consuming, which led me to our third product, Glytamins, which supports the body in maintaining and recovering healthy liver, gallbladder, and kidney function. Finishing up with our suppository line, we have Indostrol, Notoplex, and Rejuvelon. Indostrol could be considered if you were looking to support prostate health. Being a suppository, it's very close to the prostate, making it very effective. Notoplex is our nattokinase suppository, originally designed with scar tissue in mind, but which has mostly been replaced with our Protolase for proteolytic blend liposomal capsules. However, if you think you have liver flukes, Notoplex is something to consider, as these otherwise very difficult to get rid of parasites find rectal nattokinase very difficult to endure. Lastly, we have Rejuvelon, which contains the most powerful antioxidants the body makes, namely superoxide dismutase, catalase, and melatonin, and it could be considered in cases of inflammation or when anti-aging is of interest. Moving to our capsule line, we have Allergica, which contains allagitannins and gallotannins. Allagitannins and gallotannins support the body in dealing with bacteria, specifically the difficult gram-negative bacteria, by inhibiting gyrase, the enzyme bacteria need to manage their DNA architecture. They also inhibit chitin synthase, which fungi need to grow, and seem to support the body in dealing with certain viruses and parasites, but how this happens is not yet understood. Allagitannin is also an excellent alternative to the important cancer-fighting P53 gene, which is damaged by the herpes families of viruses. Limplex is our product for supporting a healthy lymphatic system. And Nervidine contains nervonic acid, which is found in breast milk and required for proper myelination. If you weren't properly breastfed or are dealing with demyelination issues, you might consider Nervidine. Moving to our liposomal capsule line, we have Protolase, which is a combination of the four most powerful proteolytic agents, namely nattokinase, lumbrokinase, serrapeptase, and pancreatin. You can consider this when you want a powerful proteolytic agent in the tissues rather than the digestive tract. Next is our liposomal metacardium. If rectal metacardium stings because you have hemorrhoids, or if you want a smaller but more frequent dose, you can consider our liposomal metacardium. Colophage is our liposomal bile salts. This is an oral version of the Plaquex IV without the phosphatidylcholine. If you're looking to mobilize fatty deposits in the body and the vascular system, consider Colophage. Captamet is our liposomal DOTA. DOTA is a larger version of EDTA and could be considered for the larger toxic metals, specifically mercury and gadolinium. Tesamet is our liposomal histamine support product. It contains DAO, which is one of the two enzymes the body uses to break down histamine. Unfortunately, DAO does not survive digestion. However, it will if you have it in a liposomal form. Our liposomal DAO is an excellent protocol to consider if you believe you're dealing with histamine toxicity. Panaceum is our 9 prebiotic blend that recreates the diet of a primitive hunter-gatherer to support your microbiome. Phylomet is our short-chain fatty acid microNA product to recover proper microbiome pH. Healthy stool has a pH of 5.5 to 6.3, but many of us are 6.6 and higher. The body does everything it can to keep the stool pH from going above 6.6 because once it does, the gut can generate ammonia, methane, toxic acids, and putrefy protein. It also accelerates the growth of pathological gram-negative bacteria. A simple pH test with pH paper can help you determine if you want to consider our Phylomet product. On the topic of the microbiome, we also make zoibin, which contains the bitters and essential oils plants make to defend themselves from microbes and their biofilms. These bitters and essential oils, which were part of a primitive hunter-gatherer diet, are no longer in our foods, but they are available in our zoibin product. Albidextrin is our alpha and beta cyclodextrin product. Normally, cyclodextrins must be taken by IV, but we have found a way to make them orally absorbable. Consider albidextrin if you want to solubilize toxic fats in the tissues, deep clean the liver, bind to prions, or support healthy lysosome function. Alvectin is our lung detox product, and it contains all 4 lung surfactant proteins and may support healthy lung function and detoxification. Finally, our portable and clinical electron chargers. Our bodies were designed to have a constant connection to the Earth, our source of electrons. Electrons are the world's smallest and most powerful antioxidants and are required for virtually all chemical reactions in the body. At 300 volts, our portable unit is twice as strong as grounding and can be done anywhere. No connection to the Earth is required. Our clinical model is much stronger, going from 4,000 to 18,000 volts, and is more appropriate for clients whose internal cellular batteries have discharged so low that crystals have now formed and regular grounding is no longer sufficient to recharge them. Our electron chargers may also be used with our Alvectin lung detox to induce a negative charge onto neutral or positively charged pollutants like smoke, micro and nanoplastics, and spike proteins, which are otherwise nearly impossible to remove. This short walk through our product line is only intended as a brief introduction to our products. For a more complete understanding, consider watching our videos, listening to our podcasts, and looking at our protocols page. You can also call or email us. Take care.